Disruption is the best way of innovation. With that being said, a very good afternoon to one and all present here. Hope everyone is safe and sound. Well, I'm Ramya, Assistant Professor from the Department of Human Resource Management, shall be your host for the day. It's my great pleasure to welcome all the dignitaries, faculties, and participants from various institutions for a one-day national level webinar on HR disruption, retooling the corporate learning to create future-ready workforce. It's my privilege to extend a warm welcome to our presenter, Ms. Manisha Sharma, speaker, life coach, influencer, transformer, skill up online. Before we commence, the feedback form will be available in the YouTube chat box at the end of the session. Your request to complete and submit the form before today 6 p.m. Later, the form will be deactivated. The e-certificate for participation will be sent to register email immediately. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. With this quote, may I request Dr. R.J.M., head of the department, to deliver the welcome address. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, Ramya. Change is inevitable and disruption it causes often brings both inconvenience and opportunity. With this wonderful quote, a warm welcome to one and all for this webinar on HR disruption, retooling the corporate learning to create future-ready workforce. On behalf of the Department of Human Resource Management, Dr.M.G.R. Educational and Research Institute, University. Heartfelt gratitude to our founder Chancellor Dr. A.C. Shanmugam and to our Honorable President, Engineer A.C.S. Arun Kumar, for their never-ending motivation and support towards conducting various programs. Hearty welcome to our speaker of the day, Ms. Manisha Sharma, speaker, life coach, influence trainer, and transformer, and so on. She has 20 plus years of experience in various aspects like business development, capacity building, CSR, and so on. Besides, she is a wonderful writer, mentor, singer, reader, and a special mother too. We are so happy to have such a wonderful, versatile person with us today. Welcome, ma'am. Special welcome and thanks to all the executives, deans, HODs, faculty members, and all others for your motivation and support to us in all the ways. Pleasure is mine to thank our joint registrar, Mr. Prabhu, Dean Academics, Dr. A.R. Arnachalam, and Dean Administration, Dr. K. Sendil Kumar, for their continuous encouragement and support. Welcome and thanks to a very wonderful person. It is none other than Mr. Ganesh Babu, who is always behind the screen, supporting us in making all the program a grand success. Welcome and thanks to Ms. Niveda, who is doing their streamline without any interruption and helping us in all the ways. So today we are conducting a webinar on a very wonderful topic, disruption to retooling the corporate learning to create future-ready workforce. Disruption is the action of preventing something, especially a system, process, or event from continuing as usual or as expected. We are in an age where the frequency of digital disruption is overwhelming. To say the least, emerging digital technology and automation are swiftly changing the workplace requirements, and there is a rising demand for newer skill sets. As the proliferation of technological advancements takes center stage in industries the world over, global organizations are increasingly facing the ultimate challenge of retaining talent and building a future-ready workforce. However, a future-ready workforce doesn't mean employees skilled in technologies that don't exist. The need for future skills like agile working, which exists even today, as well as skill in emerging technologies like data sciences, artificial intelligence, machine learning, blockchain, and more. To compete and succeed in today's changing corporate landscapes, organizations need a digital savvy workforce as well as a workforce ready for newer challenge. Future proofing activities have led global organizations to develop newer strategies in terms of performance, reward, and training. While some organizations adopt peer-led training, others prioritize learning emerging digital technology and ensuring they are adopted in business skills as well. To enrich more about HR disruption, retooling the corporate learning to create future-ready workforce, today we have Madam Manisha with us. Hope this session will be enriching all of us. Without taking much time, once again I welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mom. Now, without further ado, we will turn the time over to interaction. I now call upon Ms. Nivedita Rajit, Assistant Professor from the Department of Human Resource Management, to introduce our eminent chief guest. Over to you, Madam.
Thank you, Ms. Ramya. Happy day, everyone. It's a great privilege to introduce our guest of honor for the day, Ms. Manisha Sharma. She is an accomplished professional with more than 20 years of experience, progressive experience with proven competencies in social development, skill development, policy advocacy, CSR, business development, sales operations, key account management, capacity building, behavioral transformation, and talent acquisition. A resource person is qualified in MBA and MA Economics. She is professionally certified in several domains, outstanding corporate success in training domain since 2001, turning around executives since 2004, transforming students in professionals since 2010, and enabling entrepreneurs since 2013. Her mission is to help marginalized individuals and communities find equitable space in all fields by helping them develop their potential to a level of self-subsistence. The same has been evident from accolades and testimonials received by her from various United States government departments, Education Ministry Singapore, IT Singapore, Walmart Inc., Bharti Bharti Walmart, Tata Group, academia, and corporate and government stakeholders. She has to take credit for taking initiatives for enabling persons with special abilities, working for women in distress for All India Women Council and inmates at Tihar Jail. It was because of all these initiatives that the CSR project was highlighted in the Forbes magazine 2011 August edition, transforming young students in effective professionals for the industry and enabling entrepreneurs and executives. She is a mentor, life coach, speaker, influencer, transformer. She believes that life is incomplete unless we contribute towards making a better planet before we finally close our eyes. Ms. Manisha Sharma has been an honored speaker, anchor, and judge on various social development, HR, and human rights platforms. Her life journey has been the reason of transforming many youths who are now productively employed in the industry. Many thanks, and I'm humbled and honored for your presence here today, madam. On behalf of our department and our university, we wish you good luck in all your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. It was an outstanding profile. Dear participants, before we get started, if you have any questions during the presentation, please type them into the comment box. I will bring them up after the presentation, and we will also have time for question session at the end. Now the most awaited time has arrived. Without any further delay, I welcome our guest of honor and speaker for the day, Ms. Manisha Sharma, to proceed with the presentation. Ma'am, we request you to take over the session and enrich with knowledge. Over to you, madam.
Thank you so much for such humbling introduction, all of you. Uh, I would only start my presentation with one line, which I very strongly believe in. We are what we make of ourselves, and we are what we think. Okay, so I'll now start with the presentation. I hope it is visible.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible now.
That's great. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So it was a fantastic introduction and a brief given by Dr. Jayam. We are, in fact, indeed in an age of a lot of disruption, right? But I would reword it and say we need to retool. and we need to rapidly do it. Maybe the COVID scenario has pushed us 3 years before what had to happen 3 years later. We are witnessing it now. Now, when I say rapid retooling, I mean retooling ourselves according to the need of the industry. The call of the hour is that we not only retool our skills, we retool tech skills, we retool human skills. More importantly, I believe it's going to be a mix of both, which is going to matter the most in the coming few years. We have recently seen a lot of stress being given on social IQ and emotional IQ, and a lesser stress on the IQ, as in over the years that we've seen it, right? So when we talk about rapid retooling, what is most important, as you can see on the slide, it is adaptability, prediction, and resilience that lie in the heart of the strategy, which most of the companies would have to follow now. When I say out of these three words, which is the most important word, and what is that one word which is in your control? As organizations, as human beings, as professionals, personnel, I say it is resilience that stands out because that is in my control. Okay. Resilience would build my adaptability. The attitude and the thought process of never ever giving up is going to form my adaptability. And when we talk about prediction, it is going to be future, our ability to be able to predict future on the basis of data analytics, using data to the best possible good cause for the humanity. And as shared prior, we are going to learn all these new technologies. I think the youth nowadays is far ahead than most of us. Those youngsters that they're sitting there, most of whom I have skilled, they are doing fantastically well in the industry. And I believe that's more because of not only the skills they possess, but the human abilities they possess and they build in themselves with the passage of years and days and hours and months and minutes, I would say, and even seconds. Now, this is a fantastic example of resilience and adaptability. Okay. I believe when nature can do it, why can't we? We are supposed to be, we are thought to be, we are taken as the most intelligent animal on the planet, right? But at times we give up when there are situations which are tough, which are not going according to us. We find it a challenge. So does nature, but it finds its way to come back. And what a beautiful example of motivation that we can take from everyday life and from everyday small little instances that we see around us. When we talk about industries, direction is going to be who our future customers are. As an industry, I would think who my future customers are, what technologies and what advances in data do I need to build in, what changes do I need to make in operations and capabilities. Now, this is one point we're going to discuss today: capabilities and skills and retooling ourselves. Evolving business boundaries and competitors, the boundaries are shrinking, right, with this online thing that we are in nowadays. Macro transformations that a company needs to do, social and sustainability rethink. Now, these are various spheres where the industry would have to rebuild and retool their direction. For today, it is going to be obviously the one which is popping out on the screen, and that is what talent, capabilities, and ways of working will the future require? What is it that we need to build in ourselves to be able to fit in, not only fit in, but survive? Now, I very strongly believe in survival of the fittest. And that comes from no one, trust me, can enable your survival. Not Manisha Sharma, not any of the professor, no one, not your parents, exception you. You alone, as a student, as a youth of this nation, of whoever is watching from across the globe can enable your capabilities. You are the one who has complete control over it. Now, uncontrollable factors are something which we focus on in life throughout, and we waste our energy there. But I believe we have to focus on what is controllable, and controllable is what I can control. What is in me? What can I improve? How can I get up early in the morning? How can I remain focused? How can I remain positive, in a positive attitude, irrespective of whatever whoever is saying? How can I be more resilient? How can I be more patient? How can I be more self-loving? How can I be giving? How can I have clear cut demarcations of my goals? What do I want to achieve in the next 2 years? Where do I see myself? Now, that clarity is what I build in me. I tell everybody, I'll be taking the questions at the end, but I tell every student of mine who has been reshaped, has taken shape out of me as somebody who was a medium. I would say I am a medium of maybe enabling students in future, because everyone needs motivation at times. But the most important motivator in your life is you yourself. Now, what it means for business, when we say we have everything has to be retooled, what does it mean for the business? It means that we have to enhance our skill level. Okay, we have to be the better version next day, and the better version next day, and the better version next day, and that would mean not only having control on the thought process, because thinking is something that triggers your energy. What are we made of? We're made of energy, right? So if I'm not thinking right, I'll be having a sulky face, my body language will go down, I'll be having a frown on my face, I'll not be wanting to talk to people. I'll rather close my door and shut myself off and remain aloof. But now, is that going to solve the challenge? My question is that. No, that is not going to solve the challenge that is there in that moment. What is going to solve my challenge in life? It is going to be one of the human skills. So I'm saying enhancing your human skills. I'm saying enhancing your tech skills. So you are the most wanted person in the industry. You are somebody industry doesn't want to go away with. Okay. Now, this is what it will mean for the industry. Okay, what does it mean for me? What does it mean for my customers? So uh, what's the following wave of innovation we'll need so that we can break new grounds with our customers? This is what the company will be thinking. Okay, the organization will be thinking, what technology should I inbuild, what operations, and again, this is the focus that we have to focus on, which is what skill sets do I need to inbuild as far as my employees or my set of futuristic employees are concerned. What will the new competitors emerge as supply chains become more local? Now, with boundaries shrinking, my supply chains have become more local, and that is reshaping the complete industry. Macro things have changed. What is it that my customers and employees want me to focus on as far as social and sustainability initiatives are concerned? Now, the biggest question is, whenever we are sitting with ourselves, I say sit with yourself, okay? Give time to yourself, spend some time aloof and think, are you open for change? What is it that you need to change in yourself? Is it a tech skill? Is it a human skill? Or is it a combination of both? And there's nobody, trust me, there's nobody who can assess you exception you yourself. We know where we stand. So Manisha Sharma knows where she stands, okay, where she needs to improve. Uh, the outsiders would be seeing that, maybe pointing out that is a different game altogether. But I know where I need to bring change in me. Now, when we talk about the new normal, the workspace has been disrupted, the work culture has been disrupted, workforce has been disrupted. We say 36% of the workforce is going to be Generation Z, which is after 1996 born kind of people. It is going to be more of virtual workspace. Now, how do you keep yourself motivated and focused when you are in a workspace and it's a virtual workspace? How do you build teams in the virtual workspace? And working on a global platform, how do you need to, and what kind of skills do you need to build in you, so that you can be the most fitting employee for the organizations? And then again, what I've been repeating again and again is going to be a human machine collaboration. These are the changes that have happened, and in front of your eyes they've happened, right? It is a time of real-time feedback, except in contrast to annual reviews. We are not only collecting data now, but we are predicting data. We are more into data analysis. We are more into data science. We are more into using data to the best of our to the best of our abilities and for the best of the planet. What HR tools are more employee and finally customer focused now? There's increased digital diversity, and there are online learning platforms, and your mobile is the internet you have. You don't have to go back to your system again and again like we used to do. In our generation, we had to go back to the system again and again. It's in your hand right there, right? um, so as I said, it is not only data filtering, it is predictive analytics now for the companies. It is not only HR tools, which is like team collaboration softwares or employee engagement softwares, but it is more of better hiring decisions and maybe better identification of retention rate for the companies, because ultimately the aim is to serve the end customer better. And for that, I need the best of the employees, and I will be devising methods and means to be able to retain those best of the employees. Trust me, there have been students who have been placed all across the industry here in North India, because I operate out of North India as far as the placements are concerned. My ex-students, those who were the fittest of the fit, they survived. They survived the COVID. They were not thrown out from jobs because they were already one step ahead of the other employees. And the major role that enabled them to stick on to their jobs, irrespective of the fact that we were having this turmoil of COVID around us, was not only the skills they possess. Skills is everyone possesses those skills, right? So if I talk about basic hotelier, everyone knows what are the basic skills of a hotelier. So housekeeping skills, so everyone has those basic housekeeping skills, right? So something that demarcated and differentiated them was their human skills, their attitude to be able to survive. They wanted to survive. They wanted to go one step ahead. They wanted to be one step ahead of others and serve and never ever give up, irrespective of whoever was saying whatever to them. This is something that I very strongly believe in. Now, when we talk about academia and industry, what is going to bridge the gap? So there are those skill gaps which need to be bridged for us to be able to make the youth of this nation more employable and better employable for the industry. Now, that fitment, when we solve the puzzle, is all lying in future skills and tech skills. And trust me, it is not only going to be impacting engineering, but it is going to be impacting non-engineering segments of, or the domains of academia also. So irrespective of the fact that I'm an MBA, I want to do AI. Irrespective of the fact that I have 15 years of experience, I'm a professional, Manisha ma'am, but I want to learn what ML is for me as a manager. Irrespective of the fact that I own a business, I'm an entrepreneur, I want to learn these skills because these are going to enable me in future. So when I talk about employability, it is not only make creating job seekers, but also creating job providers. I would love seeing the youth of this country providing jobs. I have seen some of my students collaborating, like 4 or 5 friends coming down together and solving the slightest of the problem they saw within the community with a venture, with a startup. Okay, and I have seen them not giving up, and then that combination is a fantastic combination, because they are not only enabling themselves, but they are also enabling others through their initiatives. As discussed in my talk, I'm saying that this is hitting everything. Okay, and uh, I very strongly believe in finding opportunities in disruption. We must be able to find opportunities in disruption and grab those opportunities, right? So when we were in the COVID lockdown in 2020, there were a lot of opportunities. Most of the companies were offering free online courses. I saw Tata Steel giving it to my students, companies like NASCOM giving it, Skill Up Online giving it. These kind of companies were giving free courses to the students to enable themselves during those tough times that we were going through. But there was this one thing, the attitude differentiator, wherein some of the students, while they were able to grab those opportunities and learn those skills, I've seen my girls, some of the girls, women are doing fantastic too. They started their own ventures in 2020 during lockdown. This was such a great news for me. And this girl, her name is Tanvi, she called me and said, Manisha ma'am, I've started my own thing, and she's selling online now, sitting at home. Okay, so I think there are a lot of opportunities around which we need to grab there and then, rather than lie low. Unless and until we don't have the courage to get up and get going, no one will come across and hold our hand. So various segments, as you can see: engineering, arts, science, medical, commerce. Every one of us, trust me, whether it is a fresher, whether it is an official who has experience of as good as 10, 12 years, or even 5 years, I have seen people wanting to learn these new skills and enable themselves. Entrepreneurs are learning these skills. I'm attending a lot of summits and conferences wherein a lot of businesses are saying we want to hire people who have done science, who have done arts, who have done an MBA, but are also skilled on these futuristic skills. So this slide, I'm going to take you through. Now, we have covered what is happening on the industry side. What is it that the industry is looking at? What skills are important, right? Now, who is going to be most important? Who is going to be picked up? We are all competition sitting across each other, trust me. What differentiates us from the person sitting next to us is this one word, which is who is the most placeable candidate. Now, who's the most placeable candidate? The most placeable candidate is somebody who is mentally, physically, emotionally fit. That candidate is the most placeable candidate. When we talk about skills, it's going to be personal skills, technical skills, people skills that the companies are going to look at. Timing is everything. This is now, or never. We lose the opportunity, we are not going to be in the next segment of youth who is skilled not only at science, arts, and MBAs and medical, but also on future skills like AI, robotics, automation, data science, cybersecurity, Internet of Things. The future is going to be, my dear friends, it is going to be hospitals versus AI-enabled hospitals. It is going to be doctors versus doctors who are skilled at robotics too. The doctors sitting here and doing and operating on a person sitting in Australia, maybe. So this is the future that we're talking about, and it's happening right now. Okay, so companies are searching for people who have the mix of personal tech and people skills. Okay. And in these skills, what is the most important skill that we're talking about is where I'm moving the cursor. That's going to be your emotional IQ and your social IQ. You should be able to know how to work with teams, within teams. You should be able to keep yourself self-motivated, irrespective of the fact that you are working in the virtual space. You should be having integrity, honesty, diligence, perseverance, resilience, irrespective of the fact that no one is watching you, but you are watching yourself. Now, when we talk about World Economic Forum, top 10 skills of 2025, as you can see the list, it is a huge list of 10 skills, my dear friends. And that has two things popping out in dark blue. It's technology use, monitoring and control, technology design, and programming. The rest of the skills, as you can see, are human skills. Okay, so it's going to be a mix of these skills that is going to determine my success or my failure in future. And I very strongly believe there's no failure. Failure is no word. It is just a next opportunity. Failure is learning. We learn, we come out of failure. But if we stay down there, if we keep looking at people, okay, somebody will come and pull me up, somebody will come and dust off my clothes, somebody will come and hold my hand. Come on, you will have to get up on your own, get going, dust off your clothes, start walking again, heal yourself and move on. And that would mean you are one of the highest focused persons in life. You know what to do. You know what you want in the next 2 years for yourself. And when someone asks me, how to enable that focus thing in life, I always tell them, you can give it a number. Okay. You can give it a number. How much salary would you want in the next 2 years in your pocket? And the most important question I tell students is, why do you want to do it? Do you want to do it for your parents? Do you want to do it for your mom? Do you want to do it for your dad, for your father? Or you want to do it for yourself? Is it something someone said that hit you so bad in heart? Do you want to prove yourself to people out there? Well, yes. If that is a motivation, you are already self-ignited. Please carry on with that fire in you and that energy in you, directed positively to your goals in life. Okay, so the next slide, we are only talking about 2025 now because that's what I see short-term goals for you, all of us. When we talk about future skill profiles, it's going to be organization related. It is going to be communication competence, cooperation competence, competence is going to come down to subject development related. Now, all the blue that you see is subject development related. All the reds that you see is organization related. Self-determination, future and design competence, sense making, okay? Object related is going to be systems competence, design thinking, digital literacy. It's going to be learning literacy, self-efficacy, self-determination, self-confidence, decision-making, ambiguity, ethical competence in subject development related profiles. And all mix of all these is what the organizations are looking at. Now, there's just one word when students ask me, what is it that I need to do, or what is it that I need to change in myself to be able to achieve whatever I want to achieve in life? I always say there's one thing that you need to change, and that is your attitude. Okay. Do you have a health attitude? Do you have a positive attitude? How do you look at things? Do you find negativities in others? Or do you look at the positivities? Are you always grateful or are you always complaining? Are you trying to be happy whenever you find pain in your life? Or do you just give up on the first go? Now that is what I mean when I say attitude. And the diagram which you see here is all about rewiring our minds. Okay, our minds are set or tuned to whatever we have been brought up with. So if I'm 20 years old, I'm 21 years old, Manisha ma'am, I saw all these challenges in my life. My father is doing this, my mom is doing this. I've been into a lot of counseling also. So I tell them, okay, so whenever you have a negative word hitting you, please don't take it. Please do not allow that negative word to go inside your brain. You have to keep yourself focused on the fact that I know I am, I know I am, I'm repeating, I know I am going to achieve it. It cannot be I can. It cannot be I will. It cannot be I might. It cannot be I may, I shall, because those are very weak words which you are telling yourself and your mind, right? It has to be I know, and I believe that I'm going to achieve whatever I have put my mind to. Okay. Moving on to the next slide now, something that I've spoken in before. Where's your sunshine? Your sunshine isn't what you can control. Your sunshine is not what you cannot control. You cannot control how other people react. You cannot control how other people speak. You cannot control what negative words are bounced back at you. You cannot control what other people think of you. You cannot control their behavior, their thought process. You cannot control who's your co-worker, who's going to work with you, right? You can control what you think, what you believe in, what your focus is, where is your energy channelized, right? Now this is just a little explanation of the previous slide. Now when things don't go our way, it's so easy to get engaged in a wrong thought, right? Something is not going right, I'll go down. Okay, I'll have that sulk on the face. We drift into spaces where we know we don't have any power. Now what is your power right now? What is your power right now? Your power right now is time and your energy. Where do you want that energy to be channelized? Should it be channelized on what other people are thinking about you, or should it be channelized on what you are thinking about yourself? Should be channelized on what other people look like or look at you, what kind of clothes you should be wearing? Are you deciding that basis what other people think about you, or do you decide what you should be wearing basis your own thought process? Okay, so I'm not saying that in a negative sense. So if someone is correcting you, please take that correction. Okay, it cannot be that I'm always right attitude, right? You cannot have that attitude in life. But all I'm saying is you do not have the power over what other people think about you, what they talk about you. And I have seen a lot of students digressing their energies and their capabilities only because the fact that they're surrounded with people who are talking negative about them or who are thinking negative about them. They are unable to remain focused. We start ruminating on all the things that aren't working in our favor. We start worrying about those things. Okay, this is not working, this is not working, this is not working, this is not working. Now my only question is your worrying going to solve the situation? Is your lying low going to solve the situation? Or you're getting up, dusting off your clothes, healing yourself, and walking on with the direction and with a clear cut decision for your life going to solve the situation? Okay, so your lying low is not going to solve the situation. This is what I mean when I say resilience and perseverance in human skills. We cloud our judgment and lose sense of role in shaping our reality. Now we are fighting global pandemic, and I can assure you each and every one of us has good days, bad days. I also have good days, bad days. I'm sure everyone sitting here has, or listening to this, has good days, bad days. But on the good days, we try to stay positive and productive. On the bad days, we sulk into the worry of predicting what the future will be like. We imagine a lot, we think a lot, we waste a lot of time thinking about what is not in my control. Okay, that's because thoughts really do create your emotions. Now this is something that I started off with. What is important is what I make of myself, and what I make of myself is determined by my thoughts. because your thoughts are going to trigger your energy, and your energy is going to channelize your life to whatever direction you want to take it, my dear. Okay, so thoughts fire before emotion, then your brain connects and you repeat. Now those thoughts are repetitive in nature. Okay, we call it atomic habits. They are in the DNA. And that's why I said rewiring of the brain is something which is in your hands. You have to tell your mind. It's like the radio frequency. Okay, you have to bring it back to the radio frequency where your favorite song is playing. Otherwise, it'll keep giving you unnecessary noise. It is noise. Whatever is uncontrollable is noise. Okay. Thoughts fire before emotions, and those emotions are when those emotions trigger us and even trigger our decisions. Now, when I say, what is a sunshine state of mind? When is your mind most healthy? Now, if I compare it with water, you have a pit on the road and you fill it with the costliest distilled water, okay, and you leave it like that. What will happen to that water after 4 5 days? It will start stinking, irrespective of the fact that it is the most distilled water that you put in that pit. But it will start stinking because it is stagnant, right? So just as water is fluid, it's calm. Its general normal state is calm unless and until we put it on the stove and we heat it, right? So your state of mind has to be calm for it to be focused. And it will be calm when it is focused only on what you can control. It will not be calm when it is thinking about, worrying about, overthinking about things which are not in your control. 3 questions which you can quickly ask yourself: what is worrying me? What is within my control? And what matters the most to me? Now, what matters the most to you is something where you need to focus your energy on. Okay, and this is the last slide before I end my PPT and I enter into an interactive session with all of you. I say it has to be hearts on, hands on, heads on, and now with COVID, health on. Okay. When we say hearts on, it's going to be two major things: relating and caring. In relating, communication skills, cooperation skills, social skills, conflict resolution, accepting difference. Oh my God. Oh my God. Accepting difference is something which I see a big deterrent in even the senior-most people within organizations. Caring, nurturing relationships, empathy. Now, in empathy, when to show empathy, how to empathize, concern for others, sharing. Give hands-on is going to be giving, community, volunteering. What planet are we going to leave? What imprint do you want to leave of yourselves before you leave the planet? Okay, and I'm leaving it to the best of the generation that we have, which is listening now, the young generation that we have sitting on this platform and listening. I learn a lot from my students. Oh my God. I mean, there's an example where a student had no parents, he's an orphan, but just after a 15-20 minute session with me, we sat down, we spoke. He is doing fantastically well in Royal Park Plaza Hotel here in Delhi. I really don't know what I would have done if I was his age and I had no parents. So there's a lot that I learn from the younger generation. And it's such a wonderful generation that we have sitting on this platform, because most of them I have seen are clear headed. They know what they want from life. Now, marketable skills. Working is marketable skills, as we're talking about. Those skills are going to be future skills and human skills, my dear friends. It's going to be teamwork. It's going to be self-motivation, yes. Heads on is going to be managing, resilience, keeping records, planning, organizing, goal setting. Where do I want to go? What? How? what is in my control, what is not, how to find my way, how to troubleshoot, whom to contact. Thinking is again service learning, critical thinking, problem solving, and learning to learn. Now, that's one of the most difficult things, learning to learn. So, I have to learn is something which is a self acceptance. This is something which is missing in me. I have to build my pieces together to be able to stand the tallest version of me as a soul. This is something which you see on the top right. Okay. Health on, as after COVID, is personal safety, disease prevention. As I said, survival of the fittest. That is when your body is fit and your mind is fit. And both are related. Okay. And there has been a wonderful study that has been done, and which I implemented on my students also. Those who were introverts were made to stand in front of a mirror. We had labs, and we were able to make them stand in front of the mirror. And every day they had to imitate me. I would stand in front of them and I would say, keep both my hands on my waist, and I would say, okay, I'm confident. I know I can do it. I'm confident. I know I can do it. And would you imagine that the body language started changing over a period of time? And we saw the students who were not performing in the class, who were sitting quieter, who were more of introvertish kind of students, were able to come out very well in the interview. They cracked those interviews like anything. Okay. So I believe health on, hands on, hearts on, heads on, and above all, my dear friends, your soul has to be on. Your soul has to be on. Okay. So when I say your soul has to be on, it is, uh, it is, what is it that you want to achieve in life? What is it? The soul does not know pain. It does not know failure. It does not know any negative emotion. All it knows is to soar high and become the best possible version that your spirit is on the planet with. The soul only knows how to rise. It doesn't know how to shrink. Okay. So it doesn't know pain, doesn't know failures, it doesn't know any of the negative things that you're thinking about. So if your soul is on, on, and you know that as a soul, I want this as a purpose of my life. This is where I want to lead my life to. This is what I want to do for my village, my community. These are little problems that I want to solve with the help of artificial intelligence, with the help of future skills and human skills. Um, we have 5 friends who can gather together and have their own set of expertise, and they can solve those challenges which my village has been facing. Oh, wow. And this is what your generation is doing right now. I see the youngest of the kids innovating. I see your generation innovating. And I'm sure with the addition of these skills, which is data science, cybersecurity, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and human skills, which is stress and anger management, self-talk and self-belief and self-motivation, creativity, design thinking and ideation. These combination are skills, and the people you are, such fantastic people and such positive people. I see this younger generation as nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. And there are various platforms, as we shared. There are various organizations who were offering it, and there are organizations like NASCOM which are doing fantastically well. The organizations like Skill Up Online, we are researching a lot on how to build gaps, on the skill gaps of the students or the academia with the industry, and how to see that the youth sitting here, the brightest of the minds that are listening today, will be able to build this nation and leave this nation for their children as a better nation, and globally a better planet. We all have to leave a better planet for our children and next generations. And that will involve lot of ideation and thinking, lot of AI, ML, all these human skills, lot of perseverance, lot of courage, lot of fearlessness, lot of patience, lot of being calm and composed, and lot of being focused in life. With that, thank you so much. I end my session here and I'm leaving it for all to uh, put forward some questions in case we have from the audience. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. It has been such an honor to be with all of you today. And I am looking forward to associating with all of you in much more better and positive and win win ways for our next generation. Thank you so much. Humbled and grateful.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for delivering a wonderful and an informative session. The session was highly successful in the sense that reached all the participants effectively and helped them to understand more on HR disruption. Thank you, ma'am. With your permission, shall we start question and session now?
Yes, please.
Okay, I now call upon Mrs. Niveta Rajat to take over the question session. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. So, dear
Thank you.
participants, if you have any queries or questions to ask, please post them in the comment box. Before we begin, thank you so much, ma'am, for an interesting and informative session. The session was very lively.
Thank you so much, Niveda. It's an honor and always grateful. You know, it's a great opportunity to learn with the young generation that we have.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, so dear participants, if you have any queries or questions to ask, please post them in the comment box.
Alternatively, you can speak the questions in case you can see the questions, Niveda.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I'm watching on the comment box. So far, there are no questions being asked.
Okay.
So that's why I said the session was very lively and informative one.
Okay. Okay. But I'm sure there are questions that they have in case they don't want their names to be popped across. And if there's a way where you can, kind of hide the names and they can ask the questions privately to you, I'll be more than happy to answer.
Yes, ma'am. And we're very much delighted to see, our participants have given excellent comments regarding the feedback of this event. As of now, there are no questions, ma'am. There's no questions that have been asked. Dear participants, I would like to repeat this again. If you have any queries or questions to ask, please post them in the comment box.
So I have given my email ID as well in case you want to reach me there. You're more than welcome. As students, I keep helping a lot of students around. I see Aishi Chatterjee from West Bengal.
Yeah.
So I really don't know how we can, because that's in the comments thing, Niveda.
Yes, ma'am.
I can be reached at an email ID. I really don't know if you can pop it up to the comments or if there's a way that can be shared with the participants.
I'll share it, ma'am. I'll share
Yeah.
it. Just a minute.
So I'm open to any questions. If you have any questions, any support that is required, whether it's HRM, it's retail, it's future skills, it's human skills, you can post those questions to me at the email ID, which Niveda ma'am is posting right now. and I'll be more than happy to revert back. Yes, so you can see it on the screen. That's the email ID where you can mail me down any queries, questions, and I shall take it up from there.
All right, Mom. As of now, there are no questions. So, with your permission, I would like to wind up this question and answer session.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please, Niveda.
Thank you, Mom.
Thank you, Ma'am. Thank you, Ms. Niveta. At this happy moment, we would like to present our appreciation letter to the chief guest. I request Mrs. Niveta Rajit to display the appreciation letter. Over to you, Ms. Niveta.
Thank you so much, Niveda. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Madam. Gratitude is the fairest blossom which springs from the soul. With that being said, I deem it honor and privilege to propose formal vote of thanks on behalf of the Department of Human Resource Management for this one-day national-level webinar on HR disruption. Heartfelt thanks to our management and to our Honorable President, Engineer ACS Arun Kumar, and all other executives for rendering this support for conducting various programs. A special thanks to our eminent speaker of the day, Ms. Manisha Sharma, for a wonderful and valuable enriching session related to retooling the corporate learning. It was an eye-opener for all of us to make know about future skills. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your presence and for sharing informative information. Hearty thanks to our Jan Registrar, respected Deans Dr. A.R. Arnachalam, Academic, and Dr. K. Sendal Kumar, Administration, for their continuous support in connecting various programs. It's my honor to thank our HOD, Dr. R.J.M., for providing me an opportunity to deliver the vote of thanks. Special thanks to the energetic participants for your presence and continuous support. It's my privilege to thank Madam Niveta Rajit for introducing our eminent chief guest. It was an outstanding profile. And also, I like to thank Ms. Vasanti and Ms. Deepa, who have supported us in all the ways. Last but not least, my heartfelt thanks to our Mr. Ganesh Babu and Ms. Niveta Rajit for the technical support. Be thankful for what you have, and you will end up having more. With this quote, I finishing my vote of thanks. Thank you. Dear participants, the feedback cum assessment form is available in the YouTube comment box. You are requested to complete and submit the form before today 6 p.m. Later, the form will be deactivated. The e-certificate of participation will be sent to register email immediately. We have come to an end of the program. Hope everyone has gained knowledge. With the satisfaction of presenting good webinar, we wish to sign off and meet you all in the next program. Don't forget to submit your feedback form and subscribe our YouTube channel, Dr.M.G.R University Face to Digital Learning, and also follow our department Instagram, Dr.M.G.R HRM 2019, Facebook, Dr.M.G.R HRM, Twitter, Dr.M.G.R HRM 2019 for further updates about our programs and videos. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.
நாளை நமதென்று சொல்லுவோம், நல்ல பாதையில் செல்லுவோம். கல்வியே கண்கள் என்றுமே புது தலைமுறை நம் பெயர் சொல்லுமே.
Dr.M.G.R Educational and Research Institute, University, Mother of All, Chennai.